JVN Dr. Anamika Aherwal, Associate Professor in the Department of Science and Technology at Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to take the lecture on the subject name Open Source Technology. Today's session name is Browsing the File System. Now, in this video, I cover the Linux Unix file system and the system structure of Linux file system. So, let's start with the Linux Unix file system. The Linux file system is basically a hierarchical and is made of directories, subdirectories and subfiles. Okay, because we have already know that Linux and Unix platform are very secure because they are fully proved. We are not worried about the viruses, so researchers and scientists use this Linux or Unix platform. But there is a problem which if we are not able to learn commands, then it is very easy, or you can say complicated to use those commands. So while typing those commands on the prompts, then only we can do work. So because you know that the kernel is the heart of this Unix system, because all the things are stored in there. So you have already heard about corn shell, bone shell, sea shell. Okay, so the only thing is this only performs on the drives, basically you can say C drive. So like DOS, disk operating system, in this operating system what we do is, if we want to create a directory, we want to create a file, then we write cd file name and dir file name. Okay, so same for the Linux and Unix system. Okay, so in this directories contains obviously subdirectories, like in in our laptops or desktops we partition number of drives like CD, or in C drive or D drive we create a folder like some XYZ name. If we want to create some another folder which is related to this folder, then what we did is we just create a folder as a subfolder of that main folder, right? So directories can contain subdirectories and or files. This is a structure used by other file systems such as Microsoft based ones. However, the concept originated in Unix. In Linux or Unix, everything is represented as a file. Okay, so this includes processes, devices, applications, IO sockets, etc. Now, the directories are a file as well, because all the things are represented as a file. Okay, so they contain the information of any file directly under the hierarchy. But I am just focusing on the thing hierarchy. Hierarchy should be important in this. So let's see the structure of Linux file system. Here we show this is basically a visual representation. This is the main root. Okay, so this is divided into these sub directories, you can say, like root directory, etc, mnt, sysfile, bin and library, or same for boot, home and all these. Okay, so these all are the things which comes in the category of root, like super user home directory, kernel image is in here, system configuration files. Okay, so users directories are under here, etc, like so boot related file is comes under the boot directory. So same for the other things, and the last is this one is the user who is using these things. Okay, so this is basically divided into bin, sbin and library. So in this bin, these are basically more executable rather. This is the library files. Just like if we are talking about the C language or any other language, then of course there are some library files, and these library files we are using like in C. We mentioned what star dot sorry stdio.h means standard input output library. So we can use those functions which are in the stdio.h. Okay, so header files you can say. And same for the math.h, means if you are using this function, then we automate, if you are using this header file, then we can use the maths function like calculating the sine value of 60 degree and so on, right? Now in if we're talking about in summary, then Linux file system structure is a tree like structure. A file system begins at a directory name that is called slash, which is also referred as the root directory. See in this previous, this is a slash. Okay, slash. So here slash is also referred as a, this is a basically root directory, as I told you. So the drives representation in is different than in Windows. What is in Windows? They are basically partitioned to C, D, E, whatever we require, whatever our requirement is. So but there is no C or D drives. Each drive has mount point, which is a location under the root slash directories in which it is represented, right? So mount points can be created as a sysadmin that serves as connection points of sort of physical devices and or other file systems. Most Unix systems has a default MNT directory. MNT directory for arbitrary mounts. Mount is what means you are just pointing that location from which your file is. Okay, so mount means a point where you focus on, right? So Mount Unix system has the default MNT directory for arbitrary mounts. So Linux systems has the slash media as an additional default directory for removable storage devices. Now come to the absolute directory paths. Absolute means what? Absolute means the root of Linux system is represented as slash. This slash mark will always be present when we use absolute path names to navigate the path file system. Or example, where log message dot log, right? So the first slash in the examination, in the example, our represent the root directory, because as I have shown in this figure, this is the root. Everything is represented here through the hierarchy slash. So the root directory slash, where is a directory sitting directly under the root directory, and log is a directory under where. Right? So finally message.log is suppose the name of the file, which reaches in where slash log slash. Okay, so where is used basically for the you can say the like in DBMS, where character means name is where means you are just typing the name in characters. Okay, but if you are storing your mobile number, your contact number, that will be in the numeric. So same here. So finally message.log is the name of the file. This is a file name and this resides in var log. Now come to the relative directory paths. Now relative means um, a relative path name refers to the current location in the file system as the point of origin and not the root directory. Okay, so means it is relative to. Relative means currently you are working where, so that is the location, right? So let's assume we are where we are in the where directory right now. In that means current directory. In order to reach message.log file, we will use the following path. What means this is the file name. Okay, so and this is the log where you have to reach. Note that there is no slash at the beginning. Now see here, no slash, I am writing no slash here in the beginning path name, and that it begins with the log directory. That means beginning from the log directory, since we are already inside where. Okay, so just remember this. Now come to the home directories. In this, every Linux user has a home directory. The home directories resides in home and the username. So the home directory has a few user and advantages to its owner. Like it is the directory a user goes to after logging into the system. It becomes the current working directory after login. The owing user can freely create files and or directories in it. Other users do not have permission to access a home directory not allowed by themselves, with the exclusion of the user root, which is the administrative user of the system, or other users that can be granted special permissions by the admin. As we all know that admin is the only thing through which we can take permission and do our task. Okay, same in the operating systems, or you can say in the file system. So here we are talking about the home directories. Of course we have to take the permissions through admin, right? So you have already learned about all these in your Linux subject in the previous semesters. So here need not to describe all the things because it takes time and it is out of the box. Okay, box from this syllabus of this particular subject, open source technology, right? So the home directory contains customization files which are loaded upon login, like bash profile, bash c and others. Okay, so you have heard about bash file like c shell, bash shell. Okay, so this contains a history of the shell command executed by the specific user dot bash history. Okay, now come to the navigating through directories. There are basically two commands that aid us with navigating through the file system. In this PWD, that means print working directory, displays the absolute path name of the current working directory, like PWD and home/home/directory dir. And what is CD? CD is a change directory which makes a specified path name. Our current working directory can be used with either absolute or relative path names. Absolute CD varlog, PWD varlog. This actually CD commands and we have already done in DOS and in Linux. Okay, so CD with a relative path means hash pwd. In this slash var, this hash cd log pwd var. Okay, same for this. If CD without any path name will make the user's home directory the current, means without here with a relative path. Relative means the current. Okay, then this is without any path. Okay, so here we write this. So navigating through directories. In this also Path name navigations has a few shortcuts to make things simpler. So here, if dot means this represents the current working directory. For example, if the current working directory is var log is, this will display log files in the directory, right? If double dot if we are using, then this represents the parent directory, means one level above the current directory. Okay, then this will display the content of the var, right? So this tilde sign means represent the home directory. Each user and their own home. Example like cd tilde means which take the user near into home and IR. Okay, so this returns to the previous working directory cd, which will return the working directory we were in before the last cd commands we have performed. So now come to the listing directories contents. The is command is used to list the contents of directories. It has numerous options that allow the displaying and sorting of information in a few different ways. What are these different ways? Like is command syntax is is option path name, and if no option or arguments are given, then is by itself will list the current working directory contents. Like means you have to specify from which file you have to take the data. Okay, just if we are saving some file, then what we did is we have to select the path either in we have to store that file in this folder or that folder, and that folder exists in which directory, right? Same here, कि if you specify, okay fine, then it will take accordingly. If you are not specified, then it says according to the system. So if you are not selecting the path where you want to save the file, it automatically sometimes go to the previous path set or somewhere in the my documents files, right? So is has a few additional options to control the listing results and sorting, like -a means display heading files, -i means display inode numbers, R lists subdirectories content recursively, D means listing the directory details, not the file inside of it, L means display long list, T sort by modification time, R is sort in reverse order. So there are numerous additional options run, like you can see from the help option. You can go to the help option and view all the options. Now displaying long listing, in this to see detailed information about the contents of a directory, use the is-l command. Okay, so like this. Okay, it means display long list. Various fields of this table contains most of the information about a file, its permission and times like this, and if read write. Okay, so this you have to write in this at this time, in this date. So all thing is mentioned. Okay, so the next is meta characters. Meta characters is what? These are the characters which are interpreted by the shell as more than just any regular character. Okay, so these characters include exclamatory, stars, or sign, ampersand, all these. Okay, so it is highly recommended to avoid using meta characters when naming files and or directories. It will work, but is also likely to cause trouble. So when executing a command in the shell, the shell scans the whole command for meta characters, and if any are found, the shell expands these characters to their actual meaning before the execution of the command. Like for example, when running the command is-la, the shell will first interpret the tilde marks into its actual meaning. So which means the current user home directory and then execute means like this dash ILA. ILA means long list, okay, home and username. Asterisk means the character's special meaning is 0 or are more characters. This character is also known as wildcard character, as you have already learned in the DOS. Okay, so ls means d file 1 2 and etc, so many files. Now k file line means file names with a leading dot such as bash profile are characterized as heading by the file name, file system name. The question mark means special meaning is which matches any single character except a leading dot is hidden files. Example, hash is ls means a file 1 file 2 etc, and k file 9 m file 9 slash hash ls a file or these files. So the square brackets means match a set on a range of characters in a single position. Like for an example, this defines d file 1 file 2 like, and this is meta character star k file 9 k file 1. Now comes to the basic file management. CP means copy a file to a new file or a list of files to a directory. This is a syntax. CP options file. This is optional. If you want to write here, then that file is stored here. The current working. Okay. So file directory options are I means run interactively, F force copy, R is recursively copy files and subdirectories. Now $CP file new, and this means read write means one root boot, and this will show in the screen, okay, while you executing or running these commands. MB is for move or rename a file or move a list of files to a directory. The syntax of this is MB options files file directory. Options means I run interactively, ask before overwriting files. F force copy, overwrite automatically. So come to this here, RM file new, ls file new, and this for no such file or directory, this no such file or directory, create a new directory for the syntax you are using. P is the parent directories if needed, then you create the make directory for directory. So note, mkdir is the only command from the above that can create a new directory. Okay, so CP and MV will only copy existing directories with given R. So this is all about this session. Now this is a question for practice. Does it help for a Linux system to have multiple desktop environments installed? Okay, so thank you. This session powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.